And we are live here at Off the Dome Show. I'm your host as Norma Lucas, and I am joined today with a special guest, Big Dog Nate Dog 3499. How we doing, my friend?
Oh, we're doing all right. How about you?
I'm doing good. Excited to talk some Mizzou football. We get our first game this week, which I'm overly excited for. I'm sure you're feeling the same way.
Absolutely. I am very excited.
Um, Not gonna lie to you here, I totally forgot what I was doing, but I got a lot of stuff going on. We got Garage Beers in the building.
Yep,
Not
that's right.
sponsored, not sponsored, but we definitely wouldn't mind to be.
Oh,
Oh, absolutely
never had
delicious.
it. Never had one before, so
Yeah,
first taste.
let's get your thoughts on air. Mine's warm, but it's still good.
It's really refreshing.
Okay,
I like it. And
okay.
it's brought to you here locally by Travis Kelsey.
Yes, Travis and Jason Kelsey finally in KC
Yep.
after blue ballsing us for 12 days. I was supposed to be here 12 days ago, so
Yeah.
um,
Worth the wait though, for sure. Really good.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely worth the wait. Can I open this up? Okay, cool. All right, man. Happy you're on the show. We've been talking about getting you on for a little bit now, and you're here. Obviously, for the people who watch, the few of you, Andrew is not here. Andrew's on vacation right now. He's in Colorado. He sent me some pictures of some elk today. I was going to share them, but um, I don't know how to do that. So if I can get them shared, I will. But he is taking the episode off. He'll be back next week. Um, I will give you his record predictions later in the show when we go over that because I had him text them to me because we will be going over what we think Mizzou will finish this year. So we'll get Nathan's thoughts and then I'll just share Andy's very briefly whatever he said. Um, buddy, we're just gonna jump right into it.
All right, let's
Um,
do it.
First time on the show. When me and Andy started it, I asked him what his first Mizzou memory was, or favorite memory, whichever one. So I
Mhm.
was going to ask you the same thing. What is your first or favorite Mizzou memory? If you have both, that works. If not, that's okay.
Got a ton of favorite Mizzou memories, especially as a Mizzou alumni. So, got to go there for 3 years and just had a blast there. For people who don't know about it, but it's a great school. So, yeah. But I think my first Mizzou moment, I mean, I don't know. I do remember, I'd be when I transferred in the welcome day. Ran into one of my best buddies now, and we still stay connected here in KC. Ran into him, and then just from there, it was a blast hanging out with him in college. So I think that was probably my first big Mizzou moment.
That is what's up, man. That's a solid one. I mean, kind of like you, I met Andy at Mizzou, and so that's a good one.
Yeah,
I don't remember what I said mine was realistically, and I definitely don't remember Andy's to be honest with you. Otherwise, I would reshare mine, but I don't really know.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
do you have like a favorite Mizzou game or a first Mizzou game that you remember? Maybe a player that kind of gave you the a connection to you be a Mizzou fan, or were you just kind of born into it?
Just kind of, I wouldn't say born into it. Really didn't watch a whole lot of college football growing up, mostly just NFL. But I don't remember a whole lot of the memory wise. The first Mizzou game I went to.
Hmm.
Um, but the most favorite football game that I have memory wise is the Florida State game last year.
Or
Um,
Florida game.
Florida game. Damn.
Yes,
Yeah, that was a big game. Great win. Pulled it out at the end, but
because you were there, yeah.
yeah, I went to that game. Me and my girlfriend did. It was a blast.
That would have been such. We almost went to that game, but we went to the Tennessee one last year. It's crazy. My first Mizzou game I ever went to was actually when I went to Mizzou.
Yeah.
Um,
Like
I was
as like your first day or
no, or so my first ever Mizzou game attending in person was freshman year of college.
oh, gotcha. Okay, yeah, yeah.
Never went to one before that. My family was always kind of Mizzou fans, but again, kind of like they didn't really watch college.
Mhm.
I was always a little bit more of the Mizzou fan than all of them.
Yeah.
So getting them to go out to Columbia was not something I ever thought of, to be honest with you.
Mhm.
So going to the first one, seeing Drew Lock in person, man, was a sight to see. I'm still super biased towards Drew Lock. Um, I love Brady Cook. Don't get me wrong, but Drew
Yeah.
Lock is probably my favorite quarterback. just
Yeah.
because I saw him in person. You know, being at Mizzou during that time, even though we maybe weren't the greatest,
Hmm.
just watching that dude throw the rock around was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was a lot of fun.
He was a good quarterback for sure.
He was a good quarterback. He probably isn't the best in Mizzou history, which is fine, but he's
Yeah.
probably my favorite.
Yeah.
I got the J Mac jersey on again today. I think I'm gonna wear this for game one, and I think I'm gonna let Macy wear my Luther jersey for game one. I haven't decided yet. I watched 3 Luther hype videos today,
Hmm.
so I feel like I kind of need to wear it, just because
Yeah.
he's the smoothest dude on the planet when it comes to catching a football and just making
Man.
plays.
Yeah, he's definitely a huge playmaker for Mizzou. That
It's
is for sure.
it's crazy. I was watching some clips today, and like he'll catch the ball, dude. And I'm telling you, like I know he's fast, but he doesn't like when you talk about Luther, you're not talking about his speed, right? Like he's
Right,
gonna
right.
take the top off you or just sprint by you. No one can catch him. Every clip, dude. It's insane. It's hard. I don't know. He's like 5'11". He's hard to tackle.
Yeah, yeah, you can definitely see that in his running style. He's pretty shifty once the ball's in his hands, running those routes. He makes it look smooth. He gets open, and he's just a huge playmaker for Mizzou. And I'm just glad to have him back this year, especially with Brady Cook after his season last year, both of them.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I'm really excited to see what those guys can do on the field.
I'm actually that we're talking about this. This is a really good segue. I didn't have this on the topic thing today, so I do apologize. But this is a really good segue for this here. This is a terrible picture, but this is the only picture I got. So we're gonna jump over here. This here. You can't even see it.
Can you zoom in?
I don't know. Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know if that helps though. All right. Well,
Yeah, I mean, hit control and then use your mouse wheel to zoom in.
it doesn't. It's all right. So, anyways, this is the.
Yeah, a little fuzzy.
Yeah, it's all right. I can read it to you guys. If you're listening to it, this is the Mizzou depth chart for game one. The offense is super similar to last year. So you got Luther as your starting receiver along with Theo, and then you have Mookie Cooper, Brady Cook starting quarterback, obviously, and then your offensive line from the center, right guard, and right tackle are the same as last year. So you got Connor Tollison, Cameron Johnson, Armand Membu, and then on the left end of the line you have Caden Green, transfer from Oklahoma, actually a Lee Summit North product, which is pretty dope. And then you have Marcus Bryant coming over from SMU as your left tackle, which everyone kind of predicted. Um, and then the running back position is actually the one that I was most excited to see because we have 2 transfers in. You lose Cody Schrader, 2 transfers in. You have Marcus Carroll, who finished like, I don't remember exactly, I think 13th in the country last year, or maybe even 7th. It was one of the two. Coming from Georgia State, and Nate Noel coming from Appalachian State. I think most people had Marcus Carroll as a starter. I had Nate Noel just based off like people I was listening to and the stuff I was seeing. I think obviously they're going to share the load, but to see Nate Noel as RB1 was interesting. Um, how do you feel about that wide receiver group? We pretty much have everybody back, or no, we do have everybody back.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man, it's just with so many weapons for Cook to choose from. Um, I'm just I'm kind of really looking forward to the run game too a little bit. I mean, Schrader really opened that up last year, especially in the second half of the season. So big shoes to fill right there for those two guys that are transfers in. But
Hmm.
I mean, for the guy I'm like kind of excited to see is Theo West Jr. I think he slept on a little bit. He
Yeah,
had
no,
some big plays last year for us and some amazing catches, and I think he's kind of slept on a little bit.
I'm also very excited for Theo, and I didn't even mention my prediction for breakout offensive player of the year,
Uh-huh.
which is Brett Norfleet, bro. How did I forget Brett Norfleet? All SEC freshman.
Wow. Wow.
The dude, I remember going to the Tennessee game and seeing that dude in person.
Hmm.
He's a ginormous human being, and he like not only is he's also super athletic. So just have you have the whole package at a tight end with Brett Norfleet, which I'm super excited for. If you had to pick one offensive, like if you had to predict a breakout year for one player, not named Luther Burden or Brady Cook, because those are givens,
Yep.
who would you pick?
I'm gonna go with the Theo West Jr.
Okay, yeah, that's a good shot. I know
I think
last year.
I feel like I mean he had a good year last year, but I think this year I feel like teams are probably gonna, especially on the defensive side, they're gonna probably lock down Luther a little bit more now that they know he's a serious threat. in the game now.
Mhm.
So I think Cook's gonna have to look to some other receivers.
I agree, and I'm also very excited. I know you can't read it here, but sophomore Joshua Manning, actually another Lee Summit product, is he's had an outstanding camp from everything that I've been reading. I've been saying this for a couple of weeks now. He is someone I would like to see a lot in game one just because we're projected to win by so much. I would love to see him get some playing time with the receivers coming, all the receivers coming back this year. I wasn't really expecting to see anybody else. I know last year we got Marquise Johnson in there a few times. We got Makai Miller in there. I would really love to see Joshua Manning get some reps. I'd love to see him in a real game because from everything that I've been seeing, he's been balling out at camp. So would really love to see that. So yeah, receiver room. Honestly, I think the running back room is also super deep. The offense, you literally can't go wrong with the offense. We should not struggle,
Right.
especially game one. Game one, there'll be some hiccups. First game of the season, just getting back into the rhythm of a game and um, stuff like that. I think there'll be some hiccups. So it really should be pretty smooth. The defense though is super interesting.
Yeah.
So we lost Darius Robinson. We lost. I don't even know how many. Both corners, a
Yep.
safety.
Hmm.
Um, I think we might have lost another defensive player. I can't think of it at the top of my head right now. So defensively, we lost some players to the draft. So it's not like
Yeah.
they were good players. So replacing those players is going to be tough. So at defensive end, you have Zion Young from Michigan State starting, which at SEC Media Days, Brady Cook could not stop talking about Zion Young, which always makes you feel good. If the quarterback is talking about a defensive end, that probably means that the defensive end is getting to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
either he's either really good or maybe our O line is not as good as we're thinking. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Yeah. Either one. Hopefully it's the he's just that good.
yeah, that's what we're
Yeah.
thinking. Because this O line might be one of the best O lines we've had in a while. So feeling really good about the O line. But yeah, Zion Young, Chris McClellan, transfer from Florida, defensive tackle with Christian Williams, defensive tackle. He's actually one of the captains and one of the players that attended SEC Media Days. If you missed it, Johnny Walker Jr., which I cannot wait for Johnny Walker Jr., dude. DN, so our starting DNs actually look really good in my eyes. For linebackers, you have Tristan Newson and Chuck Hicks. Chuck Hicks, I think this is like his fifth or sixth year playing, so he's definitely got some reps under him. Excited to see him. Safety Joseph Charleston, who is probably going to be a NFL guy. Marvin Burks Jr., sophomore from St. Louis. He looks like he's starting, which I'm super stoked for him. I'm pretty sure he was my defensive breakout player of the year that I predicted was Marvin Burks.
Okay.
Jalen Carnell, safety, he's another guy that's probably going to go to the league. And corners, you have Drayden Norwood and Toriano Pride, which that's kind of what I guessed as well. Defensive wise, do you have a player that you're excited to watch? I know we had the third overall recruit commit to us from Lee Summit North. He's a freshman, Williams Nawari. Hopefully, I'm saying that right. He's currently fourth on the list. The defensive end room's kind of deep. So, do you have a player that you are excited to watch, or a group that you're excited to watch?
I'm just hoping those linebackers and DNs tear it up in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I truly think that if Johnny Walker, the way he got defensive MVP in the Cotton Bowl against Ohio State,
Yeah.
um, if he could just like, there was a couple times last year he made just bonehead penalties like roughing the passer or unsportsmanlike conduct. If
Yeah.
he could cut those out and really lead this group, this defensive line group with Christian Williams, I think him and Zion Young could be a really, really good defensive end duo. Um, so I mean, it's hard to say I'm watching them on Thursday because I will be,
Hmm.
but the competition we are going against, like they could have, 7 sacks, and it's just like how much weight can you put on that because they're playing an FCS team that went 2-9 last year. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And not only that, but now they got 65 new players, a new coaching staff. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this game goes.
Absolutely, it'd be very interesting. I shouldn't even be close, but we'll
Shouldn't
get
be.
to special teams just really quick. We have Luke Bauer as the punter, which I think we kind of all figured. Blake Craig as the kicker. As the holder, not that a lot of people really pay attention to that. It's Luke Bauer. Brady Cook's the backup. The one that a lot of people were kind of shocked by. I wasn't super shocked, but maybe Punt returner is Luther Burden. Um, I don't blame Mizzou because he's just that guy. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But the risk of injury is there with him going out there to do that.
Yeah.
Um, now, do they use him on every punt return, or is it more like a lot of people are comparing it to like, do they use him like a Tyreek Hill thing where they only put him back there when we need maybe a big, big play out of it or a touchdown? I'd be curious to see how they do that.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I don't see them, playing Luther back there on every punt or kickoff return, but I guess we won't really see him a whole lot on the kickoff return. But
No,
I think
kickoff
it
return.
is, yeah, I think it is just going to be one of those instances where they're, either going to keep him out there when they decide to, but I don't think they'll use him every single time.
No, I'm kind of hoping they don't. The first couple of games, like throw him out there once or twice.
Hmm.
I think he can get a punt return in the first few games. To be honest with you,
Yep.
kick return, they got Speedy Quiz, Marquez Johnson, back there, which makes a ton of sense because the dude is extremely fast.
Yep.
And you have Joshua Mannion as the backup. Most of the time, kickoff return has two returners.
Hmm.
Depends on the formation. So in my head, you got Marquez or Marquise and Joshua Manning back there, which is exciting because those are both sophomores getting the opportunity to get on the field, make a play.
Yep.
So I'm super excited for that. So that was a depth chart that came out the other day, and I've actually been wanting to talk about that because I had a prediction. I think my prediction actually might have been pretty good, actually. Now I think about it.
Yeah, you kind of predicted where who was going to start and fill these positions.
Yeah, dude, I had Nate Noel as my RB1 too,
Okay.
which I'm excited. I'm excited for the running backs. I think they're both going to be great. I don't think it. I don't think Nate Noel is going to be the new Cody Schrader. I think they're going to split the workload, and be like a RB1A and RB1B combo,
Yeah.
which is exciting. I think our RB room is going to be is really good. And there's a lot. There's actually some young depth there as well.
Yep. It
The next thing.
could
Go
be
ahead.
one of those scenarios, depends on, where the ball's at in the field and where you're at, red zone wise, who's better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm super. I'm telling you. Actually, this isn't on the topic list, but I had to get your
Let's hear it.
your opinion. Did you see the uniform release video today?
I did not. I've been on social media a whole lot today.
Oh, it was so good. Okay, well, I can't get your opinion on it, but I will tell you what they're wearing. They're wearing black helmets with the just the Mizzou logo.
Wait,
Um,
was it that video they dropped today? Is that it? With
yeah,
the horse?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, those unis look sick, man.
Do you get? Okay, I could be completely wrong with this. Do you understand why they had the horse in it?
A little thrown off by that, I'm not gonna lie. Threw
Okay,
me threw
I
me
could
off guard.
I could be completely wrong. I think it is because we're playing the Murray State Racers. So I think that's why the horse is in it. Again, that is just my theory on that.
Yeah,
But no, it was dude. They played Chris Stapleton and then had that. I'm
yeah.
telling you, dude. Maybe I'm biased, but our uniforms are so sick.
They are pretty cool. I think we got some nice ones. I mean, I know we're not sponsored the way Oregon is or anything, but I do think, our uniforms look pretty crisp when you see those guys out there in them. So,
It honestly gets me all sorts of bricked up. Did you did you did you notice? So last year on the pants, this is just a minor detail.
I know where you're
Just
going with it already.
I took the stripes off.
They did.
What do you think? Do you think it looks better or worse?
I just think it depends on what kind of appeal you're going for. I don't know.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think we have a lot of fast players, so for me, I kind of like it. Now, if we were
Yeah.
slow, I think you need the stripes.
I think it looks cooler if you have the stripes and you're faster because it's almost like a blur, right?
That's fair. Now, I don't understand why I think that and why those don't correlate at all, but that was
Yeah.
what I was thinking today. I was like, wow, those look nice, and we were pretty fast. So,
Yeah.
um, no, I thought they were sick. That video was awesome. I'm hoping they do the mini movies again this year after every game.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Because I remember watching the one for the Cotton Bowl, and I low-key teared up a little bit.
Yeah.
So good. If you
Uh,
haven't seen them, go back and watch them. They do like a 10-minute mini movie after every week last year, and Cotton Bowl is like 20 minutes. Oh, dude, to get you fired up and crying all in one video.
yeah.
Okay, here I am. I'll pull up the schedule. With you being this is your first time on the show, I wanted to pull this up. We're gonna go over the schedule, and we're gonna give what we will think Mizzou will finish. We don't have to give score predictions because we don't know how teams are going to be.
Mhm.
So just we'll go through it one by one. If you think Mizzou will win, we'll mark it down. If you think they will lose, we will mark it down. And then
All
I'll
right.
give mine, and then I'll give Andy's at the end because he did text me the answers.
All
He
right.
texted me the answers to the test. All right. Week 1, Murray State. Obviously, we're going to do a game preview after this to get a little more detail in our actual score prediction. So we can skip Murray State for now.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely think we're gonna win that game, but yeah, moving on to Buffalo. That should be a win. I don't see why not.
Agreed. Honestly, the first 2 games shouldn't even be a contest.
Right. Yeah. Boston College win.
Yep.
Vanderbilt. It's not a toss up. We should definitely win. We shouldn't keep it close. I think it's going to be one of the situations where Mizzou's going to lose it for themselves if we do lose.
Wait, wait, do you have Mizzou losing this or do you have them winning?
No, I got them winning. I got them
Okay,
winning.
okay.
Yep.
Okay. You
Yeah.
had me worried there.
No,
for a
no.
second.
Well, I mean, it's like we played them in a bowl game a few years ago and we tossed
Well,
it
no,
away.
we played them. Last year we won by 17. The year before we only won by 3. We did lose to Vandy kind of recently, and it's not a good look. But we're past those days.
Yes, we are. New team, better team. So got them winning. Glad we have that open before Texas A&M. That's gonna be a tough game.
On
It's
the
either
road, first road game, first test of the year. How do you feel?
I'm not gonna lie. I got them losing this one.
Okay, okay. So right now you have Mizzou 4-1,
Yep. I got
and
them
then
4-1 going into this.
in Massachusetts against the Minutemen.
Yeah, I think we're gonna win that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that might be the second easiest game on the schedule, realistically.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're 5-1, and then we play Auburn October 19th on homecoming.
We better win that game.
Homecoming, dude. Mizzou does homecoming. If we lose on homecoming, dude, burn the program down. No, don't do that.
No, especially if we were the ones who invented homecoming. So
Yeah,
that'd
yeah.
be a disgrace. Yeah, I got them winning Auburn.
So 6-1 going into Bama. So we're 6-1 headed into Alabama. Nick Saban's gone.
Yeah, a lot of change over there at that
Their
program.
top receiver's gone.
Yep.
What are we thinking?
I mean, if we can finish the full game, I think we can win this one. I'm honestly 50-50 with this. I don't know if we're gonna win, if we're gonna lose.
Okay.
Yeah, it could go either way.
No,
I'm not exactly sure. So
Oh, dude, we can. That sucks. That picture was supposed to be a surprise. We'll get to it in a second. All right. So we lose or win in Bama.
yeah, I'd like to say we win that one, but Bama, you can never count them out. So, but you never know with Saban gone and they're making with the changes they're making over there. So
That's true. So right now you have Mizzou at 4, 5, 6-1. Bama set. Are we 7-1 or 6-2?
I think we're gonna be shoot. I'm gonna say 6-2.
6-2. Okay. And then we have a bye week, and then we come back to Como to play Oklahoma.
Big game. They're new to the conference, but they're not new to the game. So I think we're gonna lose to Oklahoma, man.
Oh my goodness, you're killing me.
I
All
know. I know.
After Oklahoma, we
And
go to South
then
Carolina.
I think that's gonna be a tough game on the road. South Carolina is a great program, but I do think we're gonna upset them.
Upset them. Should be a win.
Should
be a win, but I'll take it. I'll take the win. All right. Then we go to at Mississippi State. They have a new coach, new quarterback. They're kind of in a rebuild phase. What do you think about that one?
I think we should pull this dub out.
Okay, wonderful. Easy
Yep.
enough. And then at home against Arkansas. Arkansas has never won in Columbia. How you feel?
Man, come on. You got us winning.
All right. So according to their prediction, you have Mizzou going 9-3, losses against A&M, Bama, Oklahoma.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay. I mean, I can't be mad at it. Those are the toughest games, and I think all 3 of those teams are really good. Sorry, I'm just noting this.
No, absolutely.
So we have this on record here. And then what was the other game? A&M. Okay. So I'll go through it really quick. I've probably done this before on the show, but we'll do it again because the season starts in 2 days. Murray State win, Buffalo win, Boston College for the first 4 games could be the toughest game that we play. Win, Vanderbilt win. Then we have a bye week, and then we go to A&M. And I think this game for me is tough just because the first 4 games we haven't played anybody, and this is on the road. A&M fits like 100,000+ people.
Yeah.
Stadium's going to be rocking. If A&M plays Notre Dame week 1, if they win that, that stadium's going to be rocking. It's going to be a ranked match against 2 good teams. They have a new coach. They did lose some key players in the transfer portal. It depends how Mizzou looks through these first 4 games. If they beat these teams without even trying, I feel really good about it. But to be honest with you, first-year head coach, A&M's they bring in the talent, but they don't do a whole lot. I got Mizzou winning that game.
Ooh.
And then at UMass, that's another win. I think that could be a trap game after winning a big game on the road in Texas A&M. But UMass shouldn't be a problem. So I have a 6-0 going into homecoming, a win against Auburn. I think Auburn is going to be decent. I don't trust Peyton Thorne. They had one of the worst passing offenses in all of college football last year. They got some dudes at receiver now, but they're freshmen. So that's a win. And then we go on the road at Bama. And I've thought long and hard about this game multiple times. I think being at Bryant-Denny Stadium, yes, and the Saban's gone. You still have Jalen Milroe. Bama still pulling players. Nothing has slowed down for them. And then this game is different than the LSU game last year, but similar in a way that Mizzou was not good at stopping Jaden Daniels on the run. Very mobile quarterback, and we could not stop him.
Yep.
Jalen Milroe, very mobile quarterback, and I don't know if we're going to be able to stop him because, we lost plenty of dudes to the NFL draft. Do the dudes that we have replacing them step up? I don't know. So I'm actually going to have us lose on the road in Bama. I think it's close, but I think we lose.
I do too.
Then we have a bye week, and then we play Oklahoma, which I've already said before, but I will be at that game. Super excited. I think losing a close game in Alabama is only going to fire this team up. I think we come home. I think we smack Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And then we beat South Carolina. That's a team that just has not been able to beat us. Mississippi State, again, they're rebuilding. Think we beat them. Again, any of these SEC teams could win on any given day if it's their day. Besides Vanderbilt, they suck every year. And then we come home in Arkansas, and they have not won in Columbia yet. I don't know why people think they're going to upset us. They haven't won. They have a new quarterback. They lost their running back. They have a 29-year-old receiver. Like, they're not going to do shit. Oh, Arkansas, sorry, that's a fucking win for us, Mizzou. So I have us going 11-1, loss at Bama.
Dang.
Yeah, that I feel pretty confident, dude. If the offense is on fire and the defense is even just decent, I think the offense can make up for a lot.
Yeah.
And then for Andy, he didn't give me game by game, but I do have his prediction here, and I wanted to give it before the season started, so we had it on record. He said, optimistically, I say 12-0. More realistically, 11-1. The only thing that would make me go 10-2 is A&M, but I want us getting that dub. We're beating OU, no question. So we're gonna say Andy says 11-1 as well. I assume that one loss is also to Bama, but he didn't actually specify. But I'm just gonna assume that is.
Yeah. Probably a good assumption there.
Yeah. So on the same page, losses in Bama. So all three of us have this losing to Bama on the road. Andy was on the fence about A&M. I'm on the fence about A&M as well.
Yeah.
Oklahoma, I just don't think that's a game that we lose. I think if I could compare it to a game, I think it's gonna be like the Tennessee game last year. People thought Tennessee was going to come in Columbia and beat us because the last 2 seasons they smoked just like 60-something to 20-something. And Mizzou went in there and they handled business. Wasn't even a close game.
Yeah. We tore that Tennessee team apart.
Oh, dude, it was so great. That was a fun game to go to. Even like your Florida game was probably more fun just because it was a last second, big drive, big play to win.
Yep.
Just being in person, kicking Tennessee's ass after they absolutely embarrassed us for 2 years.
Yeah.
Was really nice.
Yeah. It was a good feeling for sure.
Mm-hmm. All right, my friend. This is where the good stuff happens. All right. We're going to jump into this Murray State preview. And that I've already kind of ruined it. But that's all right. I have a surprise for everybody. Hang on. I got a surprise for everybody. Mizzou's gonna go on Thursday. Whoop that ass.
That we are. Let's go.
Oh man. I had this picture made today by my friend ChatGPT. It obviously made us a Missouri Tiger. It didn't even know what to put for Murray State. So if that tells you anything, it means pound the money line. I don't even on FanDuel you can't even bet on the money line. It's probably so fucking wide.
Nope.
The
I've
spread is a
looked.
lot.
Yeah.
The spread's a lot. Spread's 48.5 last time I checked, and I don't know if I would bet on that personally.
Yeah, I know. I saw that spread and I was like, what are they thinking?
40 the spread is 48.5 and the over under is 58.5.
Yeah. What do you think? You think they're gonna go over or under that 57? Or I'm gonna get this pulled up real quick.
You're good. I will tell you what I think in just a second, actually. In just a second, I will tell you. I'm gonna jump into Murray State as a team really quick with what I was able to find out. Murray State, like Nathan said earlier in the show, they have 60 plus new players, a whole new coaching staff. They went 2-9 last year. Drinkwitz said in a presser on Sunday or Monday that this is the hardest game he's had to prepare for because finding tape on all these guys, they're different programs. They may not be running the same scheme, different coach. The coach was an assistant at South Carolina last year. He said he's had to find huddle tape on some of these players. And I think the offensive coordinator was coaching high school last year, and then before that he was a tight ends coach. So like we don't really know what to expect, which I guess Murray State has the advantage in the surprise department, but
Yep.
with our talent, I don't think that surprise lasts very long. I think Mizzou will adapt fairly quickly, and be able to take care of business. Some of the things that I'm excited to look out for. I mean, obviously, everyone gets excited to see Luther. There's a Luther. I'm excited to see Brady. I'm excited to see the running backs. Maybe we get the tight end and some more action. Brett Norfleet. We didn't really use the tight end a whole lot last year. I'm really excited for the defense. Again, this is a preseason game in my mind, but it matters. I mean, you have to win.
Yep.
Because it counts. And if you want Mizzou to make the college football playoffs, you have to win.
Yeah.
This game is 300 tickets away from selling out. So it's almost about to sell out. Most of the games have already sold out this year. This is.
I was gonna say, what's the total ad on that? Like 4 now?
This one right here, I will tell you right now. If you want to share some thoughts on how you feel about this game. Let's see here. We're at 395 last it was checked.
Okay.
So 395, and that was as of 8 hours ago. So it was at noon when I see an update. So 395, and there's only every other game is like 100 tickets remaining. Besides Buffalo, Buffalo has quite a bit. But if Mizzou wins game one, I think they'll sell out game two, which they should win game one. So going to this game, are you nervous about anything? Is there a certain player or group that you are going to pay the most attention to?
I'm not worried about it. I mean, again, like I said, I think something to look for is our DBs stepping up, and we got a few replacements there, and defensive wise, yeah. So we'll see what we can do there.
Agreed.
Offensive wise, Brady's already got that connection with all his receivers,
Yep.
So I feel like nothing's lost there.
Yep.
But I feel like, just the running backs,
I'm so excited to see the running backs did.
Me too.
I'm so excited. I'm
I know that guy. Yeah, I know Noel, that Georgia's Tech guy who came in. He's pretty good. So
that's good.
Yeah,
he looks good. A lot of people talking about how explosive he is. So I'm very excited to see him. To get the rock on Thursday. The fact that we have less than 48 hours until Mizzou plays football just makes me so freaking excited, dude.
I know.
I was telling Macy the other day I'm gonna lay all my clothes out the night before, like it's the first day of school, dude. And
Yeah.
I can't wear it to work, but like when I get home, I'll meet like I'm gonna put the jersey on. I'm gonna put everything I can on, dude. Like it literally. There's 2 days of the year that are like is better than Christmas to me. When Mizzou plays their first game, because that
Mhm.
means they're back, and when
Yep.
the Chiefs play their game, because that
Yep.
means they're back.
Yep.
So
That means football is back.
yeah, football's back. We were at the lake this last weekend again. Totally off topic from the game preview, but
Yep.
we turned on the Florida State Georgia Tech game, and just watching game day
Yeah.
and navigated. Oh my gosh, it was like it just like summer's winding down. It's
Yep.
time to get to some action, and now Mizzou plays in 40 hours. Missouri State. Anyways, back to what I was able to find out. There's nothing to find out about this team.
Nope.
I listened to Drinkwitz and Power Mizzou had on a play-by-play caller for Murray State, and he was saying he's been doing play-by-play calls for Murray State for 32 years, and
Hmm.
not even he could. He said literally in the show he says I could tell you every other year like where I think we would be based off group and like who to watch for. He goes, this year I have no idea. There's too many new players. The practice jerseys don't match their game jerseys, so number 19 at practice might be good, but the game jersey could be number 7. You know what I mean? So they
Right.
don't. Was like it's he has no clue. Um, how this team is. He did say that he knows like Murray State doesn't have a chance is essentially what he said. He said for them winning 4 or 5 games this year would be a huge improvement, and that's in the FCS world. So winning 4 or 5 games in FCS, if Mizzou doesn't win by 4 or 5 possessions, I think I don't. I'm not going to say raise alarms, but like um, it would make you think a little bit maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
But it's hard to say because last year we beat Middle Tennessee State by 4 points, and then the next week we went and beat K State, and then we went on, and won the Cotton Bowl. So it's hard to really put too much thought into these games early on in the season. Um, are you worried at all? I would imagine not, but like,
No, no, I'm not worried at all about this game. I'm not worried about like the first 4 games, if I'm being honest. Um, I think this is just going to be a good game, basically, like you said earlier. It's just going to be like a preseason game for us, just to see really where we're at coming out of training camp, and just seeing the guys, actually at game speed, all
I agree.
playing together.
I agree.
I don't think there's going to be a whole lot. Just probably big scoring game, and yeah.
Okay. Actually, I had another question for you. I'm gonna pull the schedule back up for you just so you can reference it if you need it.
Yeah.
Because I think this is a solid question. Okay. So on this schedule, you have us going 9-3. Obviously, the losses are to A&M, Oklahoma, and to Bama in your mind.
Yep.
For Mizzou to make the college football playoff, they expanded to 12 teams.
Yep.
Uh,
Big change to college football.
so losing a game and or two, especially in the SEC, could potentially still get you in.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people think Mizzou's schedule is fairly weak. So the 3 biggest games we play are A&M, Oklahoma, and Bama. All the other games outside of that, people think Mizzou should win no problem. For us to make the college football playoffs, I think that we would have to go 11-1, 10-2, and maybe the 2 games we lose are Bama and A&M on the road, but they're super close. Let's say A&M has a great year and we just happen to slip up there or whatever.
Yeah.
Is there a game or two that you think are key for Mizzou to win if they want to go to the college football playoffs?
Yeah, I think if they can flip my predictions on Texas A&M and Oklahoma, that'll, I think, solidify them being in the playoffs.
Okay, so 11-1, only loss at Bama. Do you think it would matter if we get smoked, or do they need to keep it close at Bama?
I think with the way the playoffs are set up, I think
Mhm.
if a lot of teams they can essentially go 9-3 now.
Yeah,
I think we're going to see a lot of that, especially like at least the top 20 teams.
yeah.
So I do think it's going to be coming down to either how many points you've led up or, how close you've kept these games, the ones that you've lost, especially if we do end up going 9-3. So
9-3, I think, would be tough to get into the playoffs.
yes.
It's not impossible.
Yeah.
It's not impossible. I think it's not impossible for teams like Notre Dame, those
Hmm.
big brand teams that like Notre
Yep.
Dame's ranked top 10 every year.
Yep.
um, or Clemson's ranked, every year, and haven't been good. I think for those teams, 9-3, maybe they make it. I think for a 9-3 Mizzou, I think that's a good year in Mizzou standards. I think for this year with the players that we have
Yes.
and the schedule, because the only most of our games we have 7 home games. I think Mizzou needs to finish 10-2 or better. I think 11-1 locks them in the playoffs. I think 10-2 there's discussion. I think 9-3 we're on the outside looking in,
Yep.
and we would need some other teams around us to also go 9-3, as well.
Yeah.
So I
Yep.
agree with you. I think 11-1 is the best case for them to get in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
100%.
I also think I think in most people's opinion the 3 key games are Bama, Oklahoma, and A&M.
Yeah.
That again, like I said earlier, don't sleep on any ACC team besides Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
There's the only team like Boston College will be tougher than Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
Um, but like South Carolina, Mississippi State, Arkansas, Auburn, yes, we should win all of those.
Right.
But it's the SEC. If it's just there Saturday to play, Mizzou needs to be able to, even on their B games, their C games, they need to go out and be able to grind games out.
Yeah. And I say, yeah, definitely don't. I mean, Mississippi State put up a pretty good fight against Bama last year. I don't think we should sleep on them. I mean, that's again another game where if they decide to show up and play that day and win, then Mizzou's going to need somewhere in the schedule a game that they need to flip, like A&M or something.
Yeah, and Auburn should beat Bama last year too, but
Yeah.
so Bama's a beatable team.
Yes.
I think their O line last year was iffy. Their DBs are iffy. Their receivers are iffy. Their quarterback is great. If Mizzou can just contain Jalen Milroe, I think that game is possible. But also, it is in Bama. It's Bryant Denny Stadium. Nick Saban. They're naming the field after Nick Saban, which is actually kind of dope.
It is. Yeah.
So I think that's going to be a big game for the Tigers, obviously. But going into this game, I wanted to go over some ESPN analytics for you. I do this every week, and I don't know if ESPN is the most accurate place to go, but it's the one I can access on my computer because sports betting is not legal here, so I can't really look it up because it literally won't let me. But the ESPN matchup predictor, as everybody probably assumes, Mizzou has a 99% chance to win, which
Yep.
again should be. The over under on ESPN is 57.5. The spread is 46.5. Yeah, you can't even bet on the money line here. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
So what do you predict? Do they hit the over or the under?
Okay, yeah. So let's get to that.
Yeah.
Okay. Before we jump into that, okay. So last episode, me and Andy, every game we make a little bet. And I know I put his bet
Oh
somewhere.
boy, yeah.
Okay, so
I
Andy's
got a little preview on this bet. It's pretty wicked.
yeah. So Andy had it 48-10. I don't need like we'll give our exact scores, but we're going to play for who's ever closest to the actual score. Okay, so Andy had 48-10 Mizzou, so his total was 58 points. The loser has to shotgun. Wait, before I go, I'll tell you the rules, and you can tell me if you want to do it.
Okay.
The loser, if you join us, just the third place person, has to shotgun a beer every 7 points that they're off from the total.
Okay.
Okay, if you are interested, are you interested?
Absolutely.
Okay, so the loser will have to shotgun a beer. So if it's 7 points or less, it's 1. Okay, 7 points or more, it's 2. 14 or more, 3, and so on. You will take a video of you shotgunning, send it to me, and I'll post it on all Off the Dome stuff.
All right.
As the challenge. So we have Andy's here. So technically, Andy has the over on according to ESPN. Now FanDuel, it was 58.5. So technically, is the under there. We'll go off ESPN for the sake of because I can access it. Again, the over under doesn't affect your bet. That's just like a guide for you. Whoever's closest wins. Second closest doesn't have the shotgun. Third farthest or the farthest has 2 shotgun. Do you want me to give my prediction first, or do you want to give yours?
I'll go ahead and give you mine.
Okay.
I do think Murray State will probably put up some points if we get so far ahead that we'll put in our second string. So I'm gonna go 14-42.
Okay, hang on. I got it over. I am noting this so we have
Mhm.
it. Okay.
Mhm.
So we have Nate Dogg, and you said 42
To 14.
to 14. Mizzou, obviously.
Yep.
Which again, like I said, it doesn't matter in this bet. I'll need to think of a better way to do this eventually. But you have Mizzou at you have the total points at 56,
Okay.
which is
Under
pretty
under the ESPN, right?
under the ESPN. Andy had 58, which is technically over ESPN, but at the time we did FanDuel, but
Gotcha.
because I logged in on my phone. But okay, so you have that. Okay, and I'll give you mine.
Yep. Let's hear it.
Oh man, part of the thing that worries me is I could see Drinkwitz pulling ahead
Yep.
and then just slowing down just to get the game over with, right?
Yep. Yep.
Part of me can see it, which that is the part that scares me a little bit, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Just because I think we could drop 60 points on these guys.
Easily.
Um, but it's just like I don't know if he's gonna run it up. Hang on. There's one piece of um
What are you looking at over there? Are you gonna
yeah,
tell us your
yeah,
prediction or what?
I'll tell you, but there's just one thing I wanted to look at really quick. Um, if it'll freaking show me. Oh, here we go. Okay. So, oh yeah, see, this is what worries me. Okay, so I was looking at last year, game 1 against South Dakota. Obviously, circumstances are different. We had technically a quarterback battle still in game 1.
Right.
We only won 35-10. It really did feel like in the first half, Mizzou was going to put up 50 points. They put Sam Horn in, and then we only ran the football. It felt like. So obviously, we didn't score a lot of points. I think Mizzou. I'm gonna be the one to shotgun, but I'm fucking going for it, bro.
Oh, he's shooting the moon on this.
I'm going fucking crazy
You're
here.
going a high scoring game, aren't you?
Yep. 52-7.
52-7.
So what's that? 59?
Yeah.
I feel like I have to change that because that's literally a point. You're at 56 points. Andy's at 58. I'm at 59.
Wow. Well,
Okay, you know what? Fuck it. 55-7. 62.
all right.
Yep. I'm fucking shooting for the fucking moon
What's
here.
the highest scoring game we had last year?
Like total?
Yeah, well, let's
Probably
go
LSU.
total points and then how many Mizzou put up in a single game.
Okay, so the most points Mizzou put up in a game last year was 39, and that was against. No, sorry, 48, and that was against Arkansas.
Okay, yeah.
So that was a total of 62 points in that game, but the most points in a game was LSU. We lost 49-39, so that's 70, 79, 87 points.
Okay. But that they were a good team. I mean, so
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go 55-7. Scary. It's scary. So the bet stands. Who's ever closest to the total.
Yep.
The two closest doesn't have the shotgun. The third will shotgun. Video it.
Yep.
Could be 3 beers. Could be 4 beers. The only way for it to be 2, 3 beers for anybody is it has to go way high.
Either way high or way low. I mean,
Yeah, because you're 2 points from Andy, and I'm 4 points from Andy, and I'm 6 points from you. So like,
yeah.
well, and if there's a tiebreaker, then the two that tied will have the shotgun.
Yep, that sounds about right, yeah.
So that is my prediction. Andy has it 48-10 Mizzou. Nate Dogg has it 42-14 Mizzou, and I have 55-7 Mizzou. Technically, I hit the over. So I guess I have to answer your question. Finally, I
Yeah.
have the over.
Yeah. There you go. I guess I wouldn't be betting it.
Do I feel great about that? No, I don't actually.
Are you gonna change your answer? Or?
No, I'm sticking with it. It's in here. It's noted. Not changing it. Not editing it.
Okay.
It's noted. I'll shotgun a beer, dude. I got tall boy garage beers on deck. Lime. Actually, I need to get the one out of the freezer before it explodes.
Yeah. I will say a comment on the garage beers. They are really good. They're going down smooth for you guys who do watch. They're only 4% alcohol.
It's a nice
So
light beer.
yeah, it's basically a Yangling Light. I think is 4%, whereas your standard beer, Bush, Bud, Miller, Coors are all 4.2. So, and it does feel a little light going down. So
Oh, it's great. I love it. It might be. It's good now that they're in KC. They are my go-tos. Again, I'm just gonna give a shout out to that. Shout out to City Brim Co. Again, not sponsored at all, but these are my favorite hats. City Brim Co. Local company, Kansas City, everything, and they have different styles. I just got this one. Again, not sponsored. I just love it. I love local KC stuff. I know technically Garage Beers are brewed in Ohio, so technically not local, but
mhm.
being a part of the Chiefs Kingdom, feels like
Yep.
there's some kind of connection there. Mizzou plays on motherfucking Thursday. I'm gonna have a uh, uh, what's the fucking whiskey called or bourbon called that they have?
Oh, man, I should have had mine
Six
out.
columns. Six
6
columns.
columns. There it is.
I'm gonna have an old fashioned Thursday before the game, and when we win, maybe I shotgun a beer. I understand it's Murray State, but fuck it.
Yep.
The shit's back. Andrew, I see that he joined on the Instagram live. Andy, I hope you're having a great vacation, my friend. Go MIZ. Nathan, first episode on. You guys might see him again.
You
You
might.
might see him again.
You might not. Depends if I lose and I have to shotgun 4 beers. We'll see.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, I kind of hope I have the shotgun.
I
I
might
can say
shotgun with this win.
I can I can say this because he's not on the show. Andy shotgunning skills are like a 4 out of 10.
Well, Lucas saw my beer bat skills. They're not the best. So
Yeah, I saw his beer bass skills, so I'd probably give your shotgun like a 5 out of 10.
okay.
No, I'd probably give it better than that. And then
We'll see.
mine's not much better, but I've just done it here a couple times recently, so like I'm just like been training a little bit.
See, I've
But
been out of
dude,
the game for a while. I haven't shotgunned a beer in a long time.
that'll get you, man.
Yeah.
That will get you. We have motherfucking Missouri football 2 days. Give me 1 second. I have something for you. You're probably gonna know the song, and I just want to play this on the way out because
There we go.
this song now hits extremely hard. So we're gonna put this picture back up.
Yep. That's
Put
a
this pic-
tough picture. AI did a good job there. Shout
oh,
out to AI.
dude! Shout out ChatGPT coming
Or
through.
GPT. Yeah, let's go.
Fucking made this picture for me. I had another picture made of an album cover. I posted it on Twitter and off the dump. Go check it out. It was pretty dope. It's supposed to be an album cover, is what it was supposed to make. And then I think I'm gonna do an AI generated picture every week. So that'll be going up. But this song is for all my Mizzou fans out there. And Roman Alexander, thank you for the bop. It's that time, man.
Let's go. Hey, cheers.
It's that fucking time, man.
Woo, let's go, Mizzou.
7 months away this day. M-I-Z, yeah, that's my team.
An empty light turns to a crowd. I need to turn this shit down so I can exit this fucking show. All right. Thank you for everybody joining. Nathan, thank you for coming on, man. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Again,
Thank you for having me.
absolutely, man. It's always a blast talking Mizzou, especially with a good buddy of mine. You guys might see Nathan again. You might not. If Mizzou loses, he's probably gonna block me, so I don't text him to get back on.
Yeah, maybe. For
but
anyone who does watches, Lucas is the one who got me to transfer to Mizzou before I was actually even accepted into college.
he signed a lease before he
And
was even
signed a
accepted.
lease in Columbia, and I'm like 8 or 9 hours away in another state in college. So
Yeah, that was crazy. I still can't believe you did that, but hey, it all worked out in the end.
hey, look at us.
Look at us now. Who would have thought, man?
Hey, who would have thought? Not me.
Not me, dude.
Yeah.
But it all worked out. Episode game preview Murray State. I don't know if there was really much of a game preview because there's not much to preview with Murray State because nobody fucking knows.
Yep.
Again, 55-7 is what Mizzou will win.
That's steep.
It is steep, but I'm feeling pretty good right now. That beer's making me feel pretty confident.
Hopefully
Anyways,
the players are feeling confident.
I think they are, dude. I'm ready for this hype video. Hopefully they post one on Thursday.
Yeah.
Again, everybody follow Off the Dome Show on all socials, Off the Dome Podcast on YouTube. If you can't find it there, share it with your friends. Show them the show. We don't give the best analysis, but we have a good time, and that's all that fucking matters. And I know you're new to this, but we end every show the same way.
All right.
Okay, and I think you'll get it once I do it.
I
Okay.
bet I will. All right.
Alrighty, everybody. Peace out and MIZ.
ZOU, baby.
Let's go, man. I'll catch you later.
Do it. We'll see.